Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin as it is currently standing between two key moving averages that I've been monitoring for pretty much the last 3 months. And I am curious to see where this goes, and I'd love your input on all of that. And if you like this content, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. But let's go ahead and dive on into this because I want to show you what I'm looking at here. We have on one hand here, Bitcoin is above its 20-day EMA, which I've been talking about this for months, but if you look at just the past few months here from this day, April 21st of this year until today, we have just been constantly getting rejected at the 20-day EMA, which is a sign of weakness. That is just the Bitcoin has shown no strength over the last 2 months. I mean, we've had a couple of days, 1 day close, 2 day close, two closes above the 20-day EMA there, one close above the 20-day EMA there, two closes above the 20-day EMA in early July. And here we are, we're right back there. And it's interesting. I was monitoring this last night at midnight UTC, and we closed just a hair below the 20-day EMA. I was really frustrated about that. But I mean, things look good. And we're above the 20-day EMA now. Bitcoin is rallying, sort of rallying. I mean, we're not going to celebrate 22,000. I mean, personally, I'm not going to. But we're testing once again the 200-week simple moving average. So, I mean, if you're not familiar with the 200-week simple moving average, this has been the indicator, the moving average that has consistently marked bear market bottoms. We have had a first in Bitcoin's history so far where Bitcoin has had a monthly close below the 200-week simple moving average. But otherwise, I mean, it's just now is its phenomenal time to buy. And so to see that being a level of support, it is what it is, a level of resistance. I mean, it is what it is, but eventually we're going to get back above that level. And I would assume that it's not going to take too long to just get above that level and maybe just hold it as support for a decent amount of time. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm seeing as far as this is what I'm hoping. I would expect I wasn't surprised by the rejection at the 200-week simple moving average. There's no way we're going to blow through that today. We've tested it twice. We haven't broken through. Traders are going to look at that moving average as a really easy place to open a short and to see Bitcoin go down. And I'll be open with you, complete openness here, transparency. I did open a short when I saw Bitcoin going up to the 200-week simple moving average. And I'm not going to keep it open for long, but what I'm expecting is some kind of a retest of the 20-day EMA. And that is the key thing because, again, this has been resistance for 3 months. And so I'm not concerned at all with the fact that we have not broken, that we got rejected at the 200-week simple moving average. What I am concerned with is that if we're going to go down, we will go down, or the 20-day EMA is going to rise to a point where we're going to test it. And then we're going to see if Bitcoin is going to hold. And if it does, I think that that's a phenomenal opportunity to get in. Because here's what is going to happen. Here's what I'm hoping will happen. We see the 20-day EMA rise. We see the 200-week simple moving average. That's also going to rise even though we're below it, because you think about weeks that have been killed off. And 4 years ago, a little less than 4 years ago, Bitcoin was at the 2018 about $6,000. And so we're killing off a $6,000 week. We're adding a $22,000 week, or whatever it closes at this week. And so this is going to continue to rise it's going to continue to rise for quite a while. Really, that's all that it does. It's all that it's done in its history. So 200-week simple moving average is going to rise, but then the 20-day EMA is going to rise faster. And eventually we're going to find if Bitcoin's 20-day EMA holds, we're going to find we're going to be in a position where are we going to go next? Are we going to break through the 200-week simple moving average, because we're holding the 20-day EMA as support, or are we going to get rejected at the 200-day EMA, which will push us down through the 200-day SMA, which will push us down through the 20-day EMA? The 200-week simple moving average, in my opinion, should not be a heavy level of support, considering the fact, resistance, I keep using the words wrong, but considering the fact that we have spent so much time about it, and there are unique circumstances that have driven us below this moving average. Now, I'm talking, of course, about inflation. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, but I'm also talking about the Luna collapse, which had a cascading effect on the market, which saw Celsius and Voyager file for bankruptcy, and 3AC ghost people, including Celsius and Voyager. And so we have this fund that has collapsed, and most likely collapsed, and then two exchanges that have filed for bankruptcy. And of course, that has driven the market down. We see Luna selling all of their Bitcoin that they bought. They were trying to buy $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. And so all of those things, all of those things are behind us. So here's if you believe that we are going lower, that Bitcoin is going to $12,000 or maybe even lower than that, I would love to hear a case for that, because the longer that we've been in this territory that we've been, the more I'm becoming convinced that this was actually the bottom, about $17,500. Because think again about everything that's behind us. It is very, very likely that inflation has peaked. And so the Fed, because inflation has peaked, there's a much less likely chance that the Fed is going to raise rates more aggressively, to become even more hawkish. So there's that. But then there's the Luna collapse. That is behind us. Celsius and Voyager filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The fears of Celsius being liquidated. That is behind us. Miners have capitulated. That is behind us. What is ahead of us that could possibly cause the crypto market to collapse even further? If there is something, it is something that none of us would even know about. It would have to be a Black Swan-ish type thing. Somebody asked me if Luna was a Black Swan event, and I said Black Swan-ish, Black Swan or Black Swan-ish. I think that that's really the only thing that would bring us down further than the $17,500 level. Otherwise, I'm waiting for new entries for Bitcoin to retest the 20-day EMA. And then personally, and I won't regret this 3 years from now, maybe I'll regret it 3 months from now, that's when I'm going to start unloading a decent amount of capital, more than I have been unloading, and riding it until the next cycle. And so, that's my expectation, holding the 20-day EMA. But we'll see about that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Am I crazy, or do you see something similar? But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in another video. Peace.